Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're completely tearing down the old way of doing research and studying. If you're sitting there thinking standard AI tools are just kind of lacking for deep, complex projects, well, you are definitely in the right place.
Right off the bat, listen to this claim from a power user. They literally went from spending 2 to 3 hours on research down to just 30 or 40 minutes. That is a massive chunk of your week just given right back to you. We're talking about compressing these brutal, multi-hour study sessions into super-focused 30-minute power blocks, and supposedly with even better clarity. It's wild to think about what you could do with that extra time.
So look, it raises a huge question. If you're feeling underwhelmed by AI right now, are you just using it wrong? Honestly, most of us are. We treat it like a basic search engine, just shouting random questions into the void and hoping for the best. But the real power users, they've realized the magic happens when you stop using it as a basic chatbot and start treating it like your own personal dedicated analyst.
Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We'll quickly cover the second brain shift, the mechanics of source grounding, audio overviews and the studio tools, some pro-level productivity tips, and finally, best practices and limitations.
All right, Section 1, the second brain shift, moving beyond the basic chatbot. Let's see how this builds an entirely new way of working. The big difference here is a total paradigm shift. Think about the standard chatbot method. You ask a question, and you usually get this generic, kind of watered-down answer that easily drifts off topic, right? Well, the second brain method completely flips that. You stop treating AI as this magical oracle that knows everything about everything. Instead, it becomes an active research partner that only works with the highly specific data you give it. You upload your own documents and then ask it to compare ideas, find contradictions, or simplify complex stuff. It's not scraping the web for random opinions. It's analyzing your actual facts.
Moving on to Section 2, the power of source grounding. This is exactly how NotebookLM eliminates those annoying AI hallucinations.
Source grounding is the absolute secret sauce here. It's what's called a closed retrieval augmented generation system. Basically, by anchoring the AI solely to the text you provide, you pretty much wipe out the risk of it making things up. NotebookLM operates in a bubble. It doesn't scour the open internet to piece together a generic response. It literally only knows what you teach it. And just to put the sheer scale of this grounding into perspective, you can upload individual sources that have up to 500,000 words each. That's basically feeding it a massive, dense textbook in one single go. And the system will analyze that entire text, never drifting away from the facts contained inside it. For massive research projects, that is absolutely huge. Plus, you aren't just limited to plain old text files. You can feed your second brain a crazy variety of inputs. We're talking complex legal PDFs, Google Docs, CSV data, and even media. MP3s, MP4 videos, YouTube URLs. It can actually extract the transcripts right out of those videos and turn them into searchable, grounded notes. The flexibility is just awesome. There's this really great example from a lawyer in our sources. They used it to organize case law, and they pointed out that the cross-referencing is a total game changer. They upload complex cases and then ask the AI to find conflicting precedents. Because the AI is locked into only those specific legal documents, it spots the exact areas where arguments clash. It turns it into a mini legal assistant, cutting research time dramatically. Whether it's legal documents, history papers, or user interviews, it connects the dots for you.
Let's dive into Section 3, Audio Overviews and Studio. This is where we transform text into multimedia, and it is honestly so cool.
Inside the Studio panel, you can generate a ridiculous variety of study aids with just a single click. Think about this scenario. You upload a dense, boring 40-page report. Instantly, you can spin up a visual mind map, a slide deck, study flashcards, or even an automated quiz. It turns that passive reading slog into active, engaging learning. The speed at which it does this is frankly kind of hard to wrap your head around.
But okay, actually scratch all of that, because the audio overview is, without a doubt, the most mind-blowing feature. This tool takes your dense research and literally generates a podcast-style discussion between two AI hosts. And the voices? Startlingly human, complete with natural banter, little pauses, emotion. It's wild. It's completely perfect for passive learning. You can go for a run while listening to a custom podcast that summarizes your upcoming exam notes. I mean, no way, right? It's incredible.
Section 4, Pro-Level Productivity Tips. Let's look at the ultimate time-saving workflows power users are leveraging. There is a specific step-by-step prompt sequence power users are doing, and it is
pure gold. Step 1, ask for the core claims across all your uploaded documents. Step 2, ask exactly where those sources conflict with each other. But Step 3 is the real secret weapon. Ask what the notebook still cannot answer based on the provided material. That last step completely prevents false confidence because it clearly highlights the gaps in your own research. And keep this magic number in mind, 3. Users are consistently reporting that uploading a minimum of 2 to 3 sources is the absolute sweet spot. Think about it. If you only upload one source, the AI just acts like an echo chamber. But 3 different sources, now you're forcing it to do actual heavy lifting synthesis. You provide different perspectives, and the AI is forced to powerfully compare and contrast them.
Finally, Section 5, Best Practices and Limitations, how to actually set yourself up for success here. So, before you completely overhaul your entire life, let's do a quick reality check. NotebookLM is a closed system designed for focused analysis. That means right now there's no external API or advanced workflow integrations. Also, editing things like the video overviews is pretty limited after you hit generate. Now, the free tier is very generous. You get 50 sources per notebook, but you have to remember the golden rule. Garbage in equals garbage out. The AI is literally only as unbiased and useful as the documents you choose to give it.
Which perfectly brings us to our final best practice. Keep your notebooks tightly themed. Please do not treat this like your messy computer desktop downloads folder. Don't just dump every unrelated file you own into one massive notebook. That broad approach just leads to diluted, confused answers. Instead, create highly targeted, separate notebooks. One for a specific class, one for a single project, one for a specific paper. That focused approach is how you get the absolute sharpest insights. This tool is all about giving you back your time by acting as your own untiring analyst. So, as you start reclaiming hours of your week with these techniques, whether that's through custom audio podcasts or deep cross-referencing, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to ponder. If your second brain only knows what you feed it, what will you feed it today?